What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Dinger. I'm your boy, DG, and this is a Monday, and we're going to get hot and heavy early on this episode. But let's go ahead and get to our three guys. But before we get there, make sure you go ahead and give us your three guys, because I want to know in the comments, like, who you're playing. We've been doing giveaways, and honestly, the last one on Friday, we didn't have anything to give away because nobody went 2 for 3. But I do want to see your three guys. No giveaway today, but I want to see what the community is doing. And I have a bonus plus 1,000 parlay at the very end of the show. But let's go ahead and get to our three dudes. And we're going to go with Esmerlyn Valdez at a plus 390. He plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you don't know who he is, this dude strokes. He's now going up against the guy, Merrill Kelly, who struggled to give it up, especially the dinger. At 1.9 home runs per 9 innings, he's now going up against a guy in Valdez who is fairly hot. 4 home runs in the last 9 games. But that's just because it's righties and lefties. If you look at just the right-handed pitching, over the last 5 games, he's had 5 home runs. So Valdez is stroking the righties. I think this is going to be a game where he can get one up in the air and let it send out. The weather in Pittsburgh is fine. It's actually better weather-wise than normal. And so if anything, you see any metrics that say stay away from Pittsburgh, I think the weather there is fine. I'm not too worried about that one, but he does need to lay off the changeup and the slider and just kind of sit on Merrill Kelly's fastball, because that is the thing that looks like a meatball in all honesty. But Valdez is barreling up everything. His last 15 games, he has a 33.3% barrel rate. So that means he's catching everything flush. All he needs to do is catch one flush from Merrill Kelly, and it's gone. But the walk today, plus 166. This might be my favorite thing because Merrill Kelly does walk people, and Valdez is patient enough at the plate at plus 166. 166 is enough value here to go ahead and get us a walk and cash that one. All right, let's go to the second guy. And that's going to be probably somebody that's on everybody's board today, but I could not pass him up because the metrics just jumped off. And that's James Wood at a plus 240. He's going up against Max Scherzer, who's allowed 3.7 home runs per 9 innings. The dude is just laying it in, and it's flat, and it's been sent out. But he has 3 pitches, and that's it for the most part. It's fastball, changeup, slider. So nothing's going to just wow you. And Scherzer relies on that fastball. He thinks that he can get it in there. But in all honesty, it's just been getting crushed for the most part. And Wood crushes the fastball and slider just alone on the season. And so I like James Wood, who should be able to just stroke Scherzer today just because he's been a shell of himself. But we'll see how this all plays out. But in all, I think he does scare away from Wood. And I think he does give up a walk today. It's at minus 122. This is something you could play on its own. But I wouldn't play this early on in the game. I would probably wait until maybe in an at-bat appearance, because you can't. But minus 122 odds isn't great unless you're just like, hey, I know Scherzer's going to walk them. And just as how you're feeling it, fine. But at minus 122 is not enough value for me. But you know what? Maybe you'll see that here in just a few minutes. But make sure you tune in to our live show. It is at 2 p.m. Eastern. Me, Mark, Rob are always on there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today is hashtag AskRaf. Rafael Esparza, a guy who's been in the sportsbook for ages, is there to answer all your questions. You just need to be a part of the FAM, $2 a month, or baller status level, $5 a month, to be able to ask questions. With baller status, you get more plays. You can go ahead and sign up now just by going over to the YouTube channel where you're watching this at and just click join. All right, let's get to the last guy. And that's going to be a guy who has 2 L's in his name. Hopefully we don't take a third today. And that is Willson Contreras at a plus 346. Go up against Jack Perkins. If you've heard this before, 1.6 home runs per 9 innings. Perkins, he's just kind of an opener, but he's an extended opener. He pitches between 3 to 5 innings. So you're going to see at least 2 at-bats for Contreras against Jack Perkins. But mainly, he is just a fastball sweeper kind of pitcher. That's it. He has 2. He sprinkles in one every now and then, but mainly it's fastball sweeper. And I like Contreras, who had a bad series against Toronto this past weekend. I think he's chomping at the bit to bounce back. Now going out to Sacramento with the homeless Athletics are playing. I think the weather there is just a great matchup for Contreras, who is coming off a decent start since the All-Star break. cooled off this past weekend. I think he bounces back now with great weather there in Oakland, or not Oakland, sorry. Used to be Oakland, right? Now in Sacramento, the A's. And so I think it's going to be a good game for him tonight, the late game, one of the late games. But the walk at plus 170 is incredible value. I believe it's like 145, 150 on DraftKings. It's 170 over at Fanatics, so you want to play it there. But as always, I'm going to give you the things that we're going to research. No glasses today. I don't even know where they are. But we're going to – CJ Abrams on fire. He's been so hot. You can target him instead of James Wood if you'd like. 7 home runs in the last 7 games. And he hasn't faced Scherzer since 2023. So if you're looking at the head-to-head matchups, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Jock Pederson, great look today in the early games, a 2:35 p.m. Eastern start. So get that. And the other thing that we're looking at is that Baltimore and Detroit game. It should be postponed. So if you like people there, you might get your bet voided if you've already played it or if you're going to play it, taking a chance. But that game should be postponed. I'm going to lay off of it completely. But the thing I want to give you as bonus, and that is every guy to get a walk here. Valdez, Wood, Contreras, all get a walk. It's at plus 1066, plus 1,066 over on DraftKings. You can get that in right now. I think it's a great look for these 3. I like all 3 of them to get a walk, so that's going to be your bonus play. But make sure you check out our live show today, 2 p.m. Eastern. I believe it's just going to be Mark and Robbie, but I might be there. We'll see how all this plays out today. But Raphael will be there about 15 minutes after the show starts. So don't be late. We'll see everybody later.